Strange news from around the world. All around the world, people are crazy. Strange news, it always amazes me. Strange news, da 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 da. Strange news. That was terrible. That was terrible.
いつか俺は音楽をつけたい、それに。
Anyway, we're busy today, Yoshi.
忙しいの？
Now, this is live.
だから録音だっつってんの？録音だからライブじゃないでしょ
？Almost live.
なるほどね。今日は土曜日で明日の日曜日に配信するからっていう意味？もしかして。
Yes. So this will be released within 24 hours of recording it.
そうだね。しかもエイブが編集して出すんでしょ？
Strange news.
頑張ってください。はい。
Almost live.
Almost live だったら言わなくていいってばだから。はい、OK。
Okay. First, I have a question.
はい。
Yoshi, now you have had many different cars in the past.
そうだね。なんかいろいろ車を持ってたかもしれないね。
Yeah. So, have you ever had a car that has manual transmission?
マニュアルの車持ってたよ。
Yeah. So you shift the gears yourself. All right. So maybe before we talk about this strange news, we should explain that there's a gear shifter.
まずシフト、なんていうの？マニュアルの
A gear shifter.
ギアをこう変える、チェンジするシフトね。
Yeah, the gear shift. Yeah. And the pedal that you use your foot, that's called the clutch.
同じなんだね。日本語でもクラッチ。
Oh, really? Okay, great. So, in Cleveland, Ohio, USA, there was a 23-year-old man.
23歳の男ね。
Yeah, driving his manual car. And two young men, 18 and 70.
18と17。
Yeah.
17? ないんだね。
They ran up to his car and pulled out a gun, a pistol.
うわ、ギャングだね。若いギャング。
And they said, "Get out of the car!"
よく映画で見る、それ。
Yeah. So it was a carjacking.
なるほど。車を強奪しようと。強奪って言うんだけどね。
Carjacking. They were stealing his car.
盗もうとした。
So when they're doing that, of course, they're trying to escape quickly.
どっちがその
The people, so they said, "Get out of the car!" And the guy said, "Oh, okay, don't shoot me." And he got out of his car, and the two young men got in the car, and they didn't know how
なるほどね。
to, so they couldn't go anywhere.
なるほど。車から降りやがれって言って、わーっとまた降りたんだけdoそれで、そいつらがこう乗って、さあ、これから運転しようかって言って。
They just said, "Okay, let's get out of here." And how do you drive this car?
オートマじゃなくてやり方がわからなかったと。
So they pointed the pistol at the victim.
ほら、逃げなかったね。
And they said, "Teach me! Teach me how to drive this car!"
教えてくれと。ストレンジニュースのもう極みだね、それは。
The victim was, very scared.
それは怖いね。
And very, panicking. He was panicking. And he said, "Oh, okay. You push the clutch with your foot, and then you shift the gear, and then you have to slowly and..."
やり方を教えてたんだ。
He was trying to teach them because they were pointing a pistol at him.
怖い。
Yeah. So, eventually,
結局は。
Yeah, they couldn't drive the car. So they said, "Give me your wallet. Give me your cell phone." And he said, okay. And he gave them his
お金と。
his money and his cell phone. And they ran away.
車はもう奪えないわな、運転できないからね。
Yeah, so they had to run away.
足を使って。
And the man, the victim,
被害者ね。
the victim went to the police and he said, these guys, tried to steal my car and I tried to teach them how to drive manual. And then they took my iPhone. So here's my iPhone information. And they could easily find the bad guys.
そうね。iPhone は GPS ついてるから。
Yeah.
それでもうすぐに見つけちゃう、ね。
So they were arrested very quickly.
基本的にその二人はバカだね。
Yeah. Yeah. Only 17 years old and 18 years. One of the guys was 17 and the other one was 18.
18歳と17歳ね。
Yeah.
なるほどね。若いな。
How old were you when you learned how to drive?
車の運転はね、やっぱ18歳、免許取るまでは俺車の運転とかしたことなかったよ。
Right. That's good.
普通。
Yeah. Yeah.
バイクはね、モーターサイクル、ね。
So when can you get a license in Japan?
18歳。
18.
だね。
Okay.
だからそれまでは特に車の運転はしたことなかったかな。
Oh, okay. Yeah. In Canada, it was 16.
おー、早いね。
Yeah. So I got my driver's license when I was 16.
16歳だと日本はね、原付バイクとか 50cc の。
Oh, so you can use a bike but not a car.
そうだね。
When you're 16 or 17.
16歳で原付。
Oh, okay.
50cc とか。もう少し
50cc.
もう少し大きいやつ。
So a very small bike.
そうそうそう。
Like a scooter.
スクーターとかね。
Yeah.
もうちょっと、あんまり覚えてないけど、そんな感じだと思うよ。
I see. I think it's smart to have the age 18 because in my case, I was very stupid.
A bad driver.
Yeah. And so I got my driver's license and 2 weeks later I crashed. A terrible accident.
16歳の時
Yeah. 2 weeks after I got my driver's license. It's a funny story. Well, it's not funny. But I'll tell you another time.
そのうちね、その違うエピソードで語りましょうか。
Yes.
はい。
Okay. So, next comes from Paris.
パリ？フランスのパリ？
Paris. Paris, France.
はい。
And this story is about an artist.
アーティストの物語。まあ、ニューストレンジですね。
So, there are many different kinds of art.
そりゃそうだね。いっぱいいろんな種類のアートがあるね。
Yeah.
この語語英語会話だってアートかもしれないこれ。
Oh, yeah, sure. I guess so. Sometimes.
次ごめん。
Maybe not.
Maybe not. はい、
So, there is some kinds of art that are very strange.
はいはい。
And maybe you or me would think that is not art.
まあ、芸術はその人が芸術だと思えば芸術だろうしね。
Yeah.
俺らが考えてるこれは違うなと思ってるね。
It depends on the person.
そうだね。
Okay, so I'm a little bit sad
はい。
because
悲しいの
this artist, his art
はい。
is to make, well, this is what he did.
はい。
So he took a big rock.
大きな岩。
Yeah. And he made a body-shaped, like hole.
大きな
So he cut the rock in half, and then he made like a hole, the shape of his body.
じゃあ本当にそれは彼の体のサイズと同じってこと？
Yeah, a little bigger than his body, but
そう。じゃあ、本当に大きな岩をこう半分に切って、そこに自分の体の形を彫っていったかな？
Yes.
なるほど。
He got in the hole.
そう。
Yeah. And he said, okay, close the rock. And they closed the rock.
はいはい。
So he lived inside the rock for 1 week.
へえ、自分の体の形をくり抜いて、で、そこにペロンと入って、片方、カットした岩を閉じたんだね。
Yes.
閉じて1週間、生活してたっていう。
He lived inside the rock.
リブっていうか生活じゃねえな。ただ単に生きてたってことだね。
Yes. Yeah.
それがアートだと。
For 1 week. Yeah. And he ate like fruit purees.
フルーツのジュルジュルって。
Puree, yeah. Like a kind of stewed fruit.
ピューレだね。
Yeah, puree, yeah. And he breathed through a special vent.
溝みたいな感じのその空気口ね。
Yeah.
作ったんだね。
And then after 1 week, they opened the rock and there was maybe, I imagine like 4 or 5 people who were like, yay! And he said, I did it! And that's his art. Living inside a rock.
なるほど。さ、ごめん、日本ではアートって言ったら芸術なのね。芸術っていう単語で表すんだけど、なんか英語ではアートっていうのは何か特別な意味があったりする？
No, I mean, there's many kinds of art.
芸術以外にはその art は、もう art。芸術だけなんだね。なんて言うんだろう。
Yeah.
そうか。じゃあその彼の
art。
生き方がアートとかそういうことじゃないのね。
I guess so. I don't understand. Why is that art?
そうだね。これ俺もちょっとアートとは認識できない。
Because it's a rock. Okay. And the reason I'm sad about this is his name is the same as me.
悲しい。
His name is Abraham.
ローソンではない。
No.
Abraham さん。
His last name is Poincheval. Abraham Poincheval. Congratulations, Abraham. You're living inside a rock. Embarrassing all the other Abrahams.
エイブも何かアートすればいいの？
Okay, so he lived inside a rock. So, okay, good job. But before, he did a different, kind of similar but different thing.
違うアートも挑戦したんだね、彼は。
And this one, the one he did before, is, I can understand it a little bit.
そう。エイブラハムだから。
Very, yeah. So, the one he did before is, he lived inside.
また同じようなやつだったね。
Yeah, so it's similar. But it was a big sculpture of a bear.
Sculpture ってなんだっけか。
It's like a statue.
ああ。
彫刻?
彫刻。
Yeah. So he lived inside a big bear statue, like of a bear.
熊だね。熊の彫刻の中に今度は。
Yes. He lived inside the bear statue, and he only ate worms and beetles. Yeah.
虫？
Yeah. Worms and beetles.
まあ、どっちもね、日本語だと虫って言っちゃうけども、ワームっていうのはミミズみたいな虫で、ビートルっていうのは
worms and beetles.
カブトムシみたいな、ああいう虫だよね。
カブトムシ、yeah.
食べてたんだ、それを食べて生きてた。
Yes.
何週間？
For 13 days.
30日。
Yeah. He lived inside a bear, and he said, I'm only going to eat worms and beetles, because bears eat worms and beetles.
うわ、アートだね。
So that is the most stupid part.
一番バカしいところね。
Because bears eat many things.
そうだね。魚も食べるもんね。
They eat, salmon, lots of salmon. They eat berries, blueberries and other delicious berries and salmon, deer.
牛か
Yeah, they'll eat deer. They eat both fruits and plants and animals and fish. Bears are what we call omnivores.
難しい。それは多分雑食って意味だと思う
よね。Yeah, exactly. So there's herbivore, carnivore, and then both is omnivore.
Carnivore っていうのは
Carnivore is only meat.
Meat ね。
Yeah.
なるほど。
And herbivore means they only eat plants.
Okay.
Omnivore is both. So why the fuck is he eating worms and beetles? Gross. Come on, Abraham.Come on! Really?
でもさっきなんかエイブ言ってたけど、こっちの方はちょっと理解できるって言ってたけど、どこが理解できる
the art I can understand.
アートとしての
He's living inside a bear, and he's, saying, oh, I'm going to eat like bear food.
それ理解できるんだ。
A little bit. More than a rock. What the fuck? A rock? And fruit? What's the connection?
そうか、理由がないわけだね。何もその関連するものがないと。
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to live in a bear and I'm going to eat bear food, and the art is like the human living inside the bear, or I don't understand it, but I mean, I can understand it a little bit.
理由としてはつながりがあるよね。
A little bit. Yeah, there's some connection. But still, why beetles and worms? Like, eat salmon. How about smoked salmon and blueberries?
スモークサーモンはちょっと違うと思う。
Okay, but fine. Even, raw salmon, like sushi, you could have delicious sashimi. And blueberries. Blueberry pie or something.
まあ、そうか。
So, still, it's better than living in a rock. That's just stupid.
まあ、岩の中に住んで、理由がわかんないよね。
Who, so, how does he go to the bathroom?
そうだね。
How does he, go to the toilet? And who's cleaning? Who's catching his... What? It's gross and it's just dumb and damn it, Abraham, come on.
Abraham.
Embarrassment to all Abrahams around the whole world.
はい。このエイブラハムはしっかりしてるのにね。
Relative, like comparatively.
Yeah. まあ、比較すれば。
I'm not living inside a rock and eating beetles, so I'm a better Abraham than he is.
はい。はい、別に。
Okay. Okay. So actually so there's a connection. The next one.
次もちょっと関係があるのね。
A little bit. So this one's from Vienna.
ベトナム?
Yeah. Vienna.
ビエナか。
Yeah. Do you know which country?
わからない。
Austria.
オーストリア。
Yeah. In Europe.
はい。
Yeah. So, there's a courthouse.
裁判所?
Yes. And to go in the courthouse, you have to pass through security.
そうだね。なんか危険なもの持ってないかとか、セキュリティゲートがあって、空港にあるやつみたいなやつでしょ?
Yeah, so it's very similar to an airport. You have to pass through security.
金属探知機みたいなのがね、あるね。はい。
And there was a man who was passing through security, and he had a big bag full of cockroaches.
バッグの中にゴキブリをいっぱい詰めてた男がいたの?
Yes.
嫌だな。
And the security said, whoa. You can't bring these cockroaches in to the courthouse.
そうだね。
And the man said, oh, really? Darn. And he took his bag and left.
以上。
Yeah, that's it. So no one knows why he was trying to go in the courthouse with the cockroaches. No one knows what he wanted to do. They just said, hey, no, you can't come in here with this. And he said, oh, darn. And he took the bag and left.
それで素直に帰ってるから、なかなか。
It's a mystery.
本当にわかんないね。
Yeah.
ペットなんじゃない？
A big bag full of cockroaches.
気持ち悪い。今、ゾクッとした今。
What did he want to do? It's very strange.
はい。
Yeah. All right. Next story comes from Rome.
ローマ。
Yeah.
はいはい。
Italy. Sorry, not Rome. Comes from Naples.
ネポールってどこ？
Napoli.
へぇ。
Yeah.
ネポール。
Yeah, it's south of Rome. Yeah. And so this is a story about something called shirking.
Shirking?
Yeah.
Shirking って何？
It's also known as kind of playing hooky.
Playing hooky ってあれか。不倫とかかな？
No.
ごめん、Playing hooky ってわかるぞ。わかるぞ。Give up. なんだよ。
It means when you are supposed to be working or going to school and you go somewhere else and, do something fun instead.
そうだ、もう、懐かしい単語だったよ。
Playing hooky. Yeah.
サボってなんか他のところで遊んでるってことだね。
Exactly.
ああ、そうだ、懐かしいな。
So, in Italy,
はい。
there was a hospital in Naples, and they did an investigation.
調査？何？
Yeah. So, in Italy, the hospitals are public. Right? Government.
国立というか。
Yeah, government employees.
はい。その国立の病院。
Would you call those 公務員?
公務員って言うんじゃない？
Maybe? Because they're government employees?
うん、そうだね、公務員。
Yeah. So they arrested 55 people for playing hooky.
サボってて。
Yeah. All the time.
ちょっと待ってね。playing hooky を all the time っていうことは、ずーっとサボってて。
Yeah, they're for a long time. They were playing hooky.
病院って言ったよね。ホスピタル？
Yes. Hospital.
ホスピタルで playing hooky してて、なんかちょっとひどいな。
Right? Yeah. But oh, hey, I'm Italian.
そういうね。
I just want to eat spaghetti.
そういう偏った考え。
I don't want to go to work.
そういう偏った考え。
It's so めんどくさい。
今めんどくさいって言ったね。
Yeah.
そういう偏った考えはいけませんよ。
So they found one doctor was playing tennis. And other nurses were going shopping. And one doctor, this is the most amazing, he was working as a chef in a hotel while he was supposed to be working as a doctor in the hospital.
面白いね。病院でドクターとしているべきなんだけども、料理人として。
So he's being paid to work as a doctor, but instead he's in a hotel cooking and working as a chef.
もちろんサラリーをもらって。
Yeah.
じゃあ国からももらって、シェフとして働いてでももらって。
What about the people who have a medical problem though?
そうだね。患者さんはいたのかな、その病院。
Yeah, they must have many people waiting a long time.
だって55人も逮捕されたんでしょ？
Yeah, and so the police were investigating this hospital. Yeah, and taking pictures and following people.
まあ本当にじゃあ、調査するよって言わないで、まあ内定調査って言うんだけどさ、そのこっそり調査する。
For 2 years.
そっか。
Maybe the police were also playing hooky. 2 years?
2年、まあ1ヶ月ぐらいでいいですね。
Because if a doctor plays tennis one time, that should be enough to, for him to get in trouble.
でもさ、それってやっぱり、日本だと絶対そうだけど、やっぱりそこはイタリアンのメイキンパスタとかさ、パスタじゃねえや、ナポリタンの感じだからじゃないの？ そういう偏った考えはダメだな、俺も。
Yeah. So, maybe the work ethic is very loose for public employees in Italy.
まあね、なんかちょっとした文化的な背景もちょっとあるかもね。
There's a cultural difference.
日本はほらやっぱり真面目で、ね、朝から夜まで働いてどうだって感じだけども。
Right.
向こうの文化ちょっとわかんないからな、俺。
But it's a hospital, you know?
そうだね。
So how many people like died or
そうだね。
had terrible problems because the hospital wasn't able to provide the proper service?
適切な
That's really terrible.
そうだね。実際それでなんか患者さん死んじゃったとかそういう言葉では
It doesn't say. It only says, you know, there's these doctors playing tennis and shopping and yeah. So, get back to work, you lazy Italian doctors.
はい、そうだね。これ日本語言わない。
I'm sure there's many very hardworking Italian doctors and nurses. But I just mean this hospital.
今回はね。
Yeah, these people.
働けってね。
Yeah. Okay, next comes from New York City, USA.
はい。
Now, what do you think about drones?
ピーンって飛んでるドローンね。
Yeah, like people having drones for a hobby.
ホビーとして、なんか人に迷惑かけなければいいんじゃない？
Right. Now, drones always have a camera.
カメラ。はい。
Yeah, they take video. Right? So, maybe some people, do you know like a peeping Tom?
覗きや、覗き魔。
Yeah.
日本で覗き魔。
I know in Japanese you say peep, right?
ピープは、いや、日本語ではピープってのはあんま有名じゃないかも。
Oh, really?
覗きっていうかな。
Nozoki?
覗き。
Anyway, so a peeping Tom is a person who likes to watch people.
なぜか飛ぶっていうのね。
Peeping Tom. Yeah. Feel bad for all the
本当のトムさんにちょっと申し訳ないよね。
It's like live in a rock, Abe. Stupid Abraham.
はい。そして、覗き魔が、そうか、ドローン使って覗いてた人がいるんですか
Right? Because if you have a drone, you can fly it around tall, like apartment buildings and peep, you know, look into people's buildings.
そうだね、見れちゃうね。
Yeah. So in New York, there was a 66-year-old woman. She was working on her computer, and suddenly, gasha! A drone smashed through her window.
through っていうことはもう割って中にまで入ってきちゃったってことだね。
So it broke her window. It smashed through her window, and it landed very close to her.
はあ、もう彼女の近くにこう着陸というかまあ不時着だわな。
Yeah.
落ちてきたんだね。
Yes. And you know, she was obviously very surprised.
そりゃ驚くわ。
Yeah. Luckily, she did not get hurt.
はい。それはよかったね。
And the police took the drone, but they couldn't find who was driving the drone, who was flying the drone.
持ち主は分かんないままなんだね。
Yeah.
そうか。
So I wonder if they're having this problem in Japan also, where you have peeping toms that now have drones. It's scary.
でもさ、ドローンってだいぶ音がうるさいじゃないあれ、まだ。
Yeah, maybe.
まあでもそうは言ってもね。遠くから飛ばしてクローズアップすればいいわけ。
Maybe you can invent a silent drone
で、俺がその
and sell it to all the peeping toms.
ああ、なるほどね。ピピンヨシっつって。
Peeping Yoshi. Okay. All right, next.
Okay.
Next is very, wow.
マジで
Yeah.
楽しいのがいいな。それピーピングトムとかじゃん。
Yeah, sorry. Okay, next comes from Sweden.
スウェーデン。
There is a politician.
政治家
Yeah. For a small town
はいはい。
in the north of Sweden.
スウェーデンの北ですか。
Yeah. And in Sweden, their lunch break
はいはい。
is paid. So for me, here in Japan, my lunch break is not paid.
あ、そうなんだ。
Yeah, so I don't get, it's not included in my work time. How about you?
俺は、時間で拘束されてるわけじゃないから、時間で拘束っていうか、その時間でカウントじゃないから、
Oh, really?
1日の拘束時間っていうのはその、1日いくらみたいな感じかな。
Oh, okay. So you don't get paid, like your hours are not calculated?
時間ではその計算はされてないかもね。
Okay. So, anyway, in Sweden, they have a paid lunch break.
In Sweden ってスウェーデン全部そうなの？会社
maybe it's the government, right?
そうかそうか。
Because this is, he's a politician, and he is trying to make a change to the rules of lunch breaks.
そのランチブレイクのルールを変えようと。
So they have things that you are allowed to do during your lunch break because it's paid. So you can, eat your lunch. You can go to the gym. You can exercise. You can also get a massage.
マッサージにも行っても、お金はもらえるよと。給料の範囲内ですと。
Yeah. Maybe, you can't drink alcohol. Or you can't, Now, this politician wants to change. He wants to add.
それが今現在はそれなんだね。
Yeah, eat your lunch, maybe take a nap, have a massage. You are allowed to do those things.
なるほど。それやってても別にいいよっていうことだね、今はね。それを変えようとしたんだ。
And this politician is saying, no, he's not trying to change it. He's trying to add something.
付け足そうとしたんだね。
And the thing he's trying to add is
何
sex. He's saying, we should be allowed to have sex on our lunch break.
ランチブレイクじゃなくてもいいと思うけどね。
So, and he's saying the reason is because it will improve people's morale.
モラル?
Yeah. Their motivation to work. And it will increase the population.
increase population その人口が増えるっていうのはとしてもさ、働くモチベーションを上げるために昼間のランチブレイクにセックスしろ。
That's what he says. Yeah. And my only question.
はい。オンリーか?
Yeah, my only question for what's his name? Hold on. Okay, his name is Per Erik Muskos. So my only question for Mr. Muskos is where?
しかもさ、これ変な話ね。日本
Where? Is he gonna make a special sex room?
ちょっと待って。お昼時間って1時間でしょ
Right.
1時間のうちにランチして、15分か20分で食べて、残り40分しかないわけだ。
Yeah.
しかも、その人の名前が息子さんってさ。
Muskos。
息子さん、これ、ごめんなさいね、聞いてる人本当、ここのエイブで俺だけの話だと思ってね。男性の、息子さんっていうのよ、男性の。
his penis?
のことを。
So he's like Mr. Penis?
そう。息子さん。エイブの息子さん。
Oh, gee. Okay.
はい。で、本当なんかバカバカしいわ、それ。
Yeah. So my only question is where?
そこまでは書いてないの?
No, it doesn't say, like, is he gonna make a special space? Or, it's just very strange. Yeah.
ストレンジでした。
Yeah.
あんまりコメントないわ、それに対して。
Right. Okay. So, Sweden is full of, sex crazed maniacs.
スウェーデンに住みたいな、じゃあ。そう。
Peeping Yoshi.
Hey.
Now, the next strange news comes from Japan.
そう、なかなか興味深いね。
I think you know about this. I think many people know about this, but I was surprised. Okay? Now, it comes from a city called Tsuruta. 鶴田ってどこ? I don't know.
Okay.
Tsuruta, if we have any listeners in Tsuruta, please say hello. So this is about the Bald Men's Club.
なんかね、そこ、ボールドメンっていうのは、ハゲの。
Yeah.
ハゲの人。
Do you know about this?
もうそのハゲの人のって って聞いただけで、ああ、もしかしてあれかもって思うかも。
Yeah.
はいはい。
And do you know the weird thing they do, the activity?
ハゲな二人が向き合って、
Yeah.
頭に吸盤をパチャッとつけて。
A suction cup.
サクションカップ
Yeah, suction cup.
サクションカップ。
A suction cup.
その吸盤をペタッとつけて、
And they like have a tug of war.
相手の人にもパタッと頭のつけて。
Do you know that? Tug of war.
Tug of war ってのは綱引き。
Exactly, yeah. So they have a bald head tug of war with a suction cup.
Tug of war. 面白いね。
Yeah, so I was really surprised.
そう。日本だけなのかな、何やってんの
Maybe, but I love the president of the Bald Men's Club.
はい。
His name is Teijiro Sugo.
はい。
And says they want people to view baldness in a positive way and have fun.
なるほどね。
And brighten the world with our shiny heads.
大好き。そういう考え。結局自分がハゲてるっていうことを後ろ向きに考えるんじゃなくて、
Right.
前向きに考えて。
Maybe many people feel very insecure when they're losing their hair.
そうね、髪がなくなってることに対して不安に思う人はね。
Yeah.
でそれを、
So it's trying to just make people feel not to feel bad about it. Make people not feel bad about it.
さあ、これ変な話だけども。
And brighten the world with our shiny heads.
俺らの光る頭で世界を照らそうぜと。
ピカピカしてる頭。
いやいや、俺さ、ハゲてる人とかってね、かっこいい人ってすごくいっぱいいるんだよね。
Yeah. Yeah, sure. My dad is completely bald.
ジェイミーさん
Yeah.
ジェイミーさんそうだ。でもかっこいいじゃん、彼。
Yeah. I mean, he just shaves all his hair off.
そう、潔くていいと思う。
Yeah. So, don't feel bad.
はい。
And he said he wants to organize a bald men's Olympic tournament.
何するんだろうね。
Maybe the suction cup tug of war?
あれ、日本語ではなんて言ったかなハゲ綱引きってのはわかんない。なんか日本語でそういう特別な呼び方をね、彼は作ってた、ね。
Suction cup tug of war.
Suction cup tug of war ね。
That's the only name I have for it. Okay, so that's enough for today.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Strange News from around the world.
はい。いい声してるね、ごめん、今更だけど。
And please rate and review us on iTunes. It really helps us. Also, download the Go Reader. We'll have more episodes coming soon, and we'll have one more free episode coming in a few days.
そうだね。この
free ramen
言っちゃってるじゃん。
そうそう。So we'll announce it on Thursday. Shh.
じゃあ木曜日また言いましょう、それ。
Right.
はい。
So, that's it.
はい。じゃあまた次回のエピソードでね。
お会いしましょう。
お会いしましょう。
Okay.
はい。